For those curious, I am not talking about the key player movement because I want to enroll you into buying anything from me. I would like to enroll you into the possibility of living the key player's way, but I'm not even taking clients to help them with that right now. All I've been doing for the last year and a half, 18 months, is dialing in for myself what living the key player's way actually even means and what it actually even looks like. What are the daily trackers? What are the necessary components of living this way for me? And then just dialing it in. And I screw it up so bad, you guys. It's so embarrassing if I could tell you all the screw ups. And I'm so grateful that my key players in my life are so forgiving and understanding and patient. Now notice, when I say that, I'm creating it. I'm speaking that, and then I'm living into it. It has nothing to do with what they do or don't do. And if you looked at it, you'd say, what are you talking about? Parker's delusional. His key player, his co-parent, she ain't understanding and forgiving. She's blocked, blah, 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 blah. And you'll say all that stuff. I'm not living in the described world. I'm not describing the world when I speak these declarations. I'm declaring a reality that I'm committed to, and then I'm honoring my word. That's one component of living the key player's way. It's not a world that's described. It's a world that's created by speaking, by our listening. Here's what I mean. How can you create with your listening? Well, let's say someone says to me, Parker, you're an idiot. I don't have any control over what comes out of their mouth. I do, however, have control over what goes into my ears. And I don't have to hear, Parker, you're an idiot, and then be like, oh yeah, they're right. I really am an idiot. That was a dumb thing to do, right? I don't have to do that. I can hear, I'm hurting, Parker. That hurt my feelings when that happened. I can hear, I'm angry. I can hear, I'm stressed, I'm confused. I can hear what they're feeling. And then I can tune in even deeper. And I might be able to, and I might say, oh man, she's hurting. Are you hurt? Are you hurting? And she might say, no, I'm not hurting. I'm just sad. Okay. Now I can tune into something deeper. And I might say, why are you sad? And she might say, because you're an idiot. And I had kids with you. And then I might say, and I don't have to hear that. Again, I already heard what she's feeling. Now I can go deeper. What's the need underneath it that's not being met? The source of her feeling is never the outside world. The source of my feelings is never the outside world. The source of our feelings is an unmet need within. That way we always own the power internally. I'm empowering her or him to own the power internally by not listening to my source of the feeling is out there and it's my source of my feeling is because I have an unmet need for, and I get to control what I hear. Oh, it's an unmet need for, and she says, cause you're stupid. If she says, I'm sad because you're so complicated, I could hear, I'm sad because I have an unmet need for simplicity. You see that? This is Jedi. This is absolute Jedi, and it is not easy. It takes years to master. I'm not even a master of it. However, I am on the path to mastery, and I have been for, I don't know. I mean, I guess the first time I invested in myself was 13 years ago, and I've been really dialing in, like really finding the best coaches and mentors, advisors, therapists, guides, consultants on the planet that money could buy, and giving them literally everything I have, all my money, for years, over a decade. And that's not even if you include all the work I did on this stuff while I was on my mission back when I was 21. That's not even if you're including all the stuff I did to invest in myself back when I was becoming an Eagle Scout, and all the time and effort and the work that I was putting into becoming the best version of I've been playing the game of becoming the best version of myself for as long as I can remember, and you have too. That means you are a key player in my world. A key player is committed to always walking the path with God. You could say it's the covenant path, but the path of making promises, covenants, and keeping our words so that we can become the best version of ourselves, so that we can unlock and be who we really are. And so you might recognize this idea that you've been actually living this way and on this similar path for as long as you can remember. And it's beautiful when we realize that, because we can celebrate where we're at right now. and looking back and seeing the progress of where we're at right now and celebrating. And in that state of celebration, that gives us the encouragement to then take the next step. Over the past, what I've eliminated doing is looking at where I'm at compared to where I want to be out in the future, seeing that massive gap, and then feeling by comparison horrible, in which case I feel shame and guilt. And in that state, what do? I actually go backwards, or I don't move, I'm stuck. And so that's not what I'm doing anymore. And I'm so grateful to finally be off of that pattern and finally close that chapter of my life. So part of living the Key Players Way is returning and reporting on the married game criteria for being a provocateur, returning and reporting on all the key component criteria of excelling and thriving in the game of the program called Movie Star Body Accelerator by the company Kino Body. And these are programs that I've invested in lots and lots of money, relatively lots and lots of money, and mostly lots and lots of commitment to being able to play. And then taking these components and whittling them down and then taking my unique spin on it with the Key Players Way. What does it really mean to live with harmony across the board? How are you gonna live with harmony across the board if you're divorced? How is that even possible? How are you gonna have harmony across the board in all your relationships if your co-pilot hates you? If your co-pilot doesn't trust you? That's not living the Key Players Way. And then I would beat myself up on that and say, well, then I can't teach it. Well, look, it's not true that I can't teach it, but what's true is I don't occur to myself yet as being worthy of teaching it yet, like receiving money for it. I'll share little tips here and there, but I'm not ready to receive money for it. However, it's completely possible to stay on the track and to be on course, be on the path to mastery, even though we're not there yet. Why? Because it's a mountain without a top. We don't have to be there. There's no top. We get to celebrate where we're at right now. We get to bask and celebrate in the results where we're at right now, loving ourselves unconditionally. All right, guys, that's all I've got today on this. Stay tuned. Appreciate you following our journey. Appreciate all the support and love. I see you. I see so many on social media, and then there's twice as many easily that I don't see in the world of my kids and their beautiful, amazing, perfect, wonderful mother, who is the best co-parent forever. Hashtag. That's the project we together agreed that we're working on creating in 2023. Hashtag best co-parents forever. Has nothing to do with if we're married or not. Has nothing to do with if people are, opening them up themselves intimately with other people or not. That's not what it is. It's what's our vision for what the best co-parents forever looks like. Let's live into that. Let's create it. You can too. Much love, always.